Hey everybody, this is Joe out here at St. Bernard Acres. Let me welcome you back out here. This is Sunday, December 3rd. Starting the middle of next week, we're going to get some really cold weather. So I figure I better get out here and check on things while I can and button up a couple of things. But I do want to show you something I scored for the bushcraft survival camp shelters that we're going to be building. And now, let me say this about those, the bushcrafting and survival shelters. This is not like a primitive type thing. I'm not going to be trying to do everything from what I can cut down around here and all that kind of stuff. I'll be using other material because and I'm not trying to be Stone Age type prepared. Just a place to have fun, and I will frame it all out with what I cut and what I have here, but I'll use tarps for the shelters. So let me show you some tarp material I got. Once I get everything out of the way. Brought some pumpkins out for the wildlife, because we like to feed them. So, what we have here is a billboard. They, in our parking lot where I work now, is a couple of giant billboards. And last week, they were out there changing the billboard. And I didn't know what billboards, I didn't know how they worked. But they dropped this down to put a new one up. And I went over and asked them what they do with the old ones. And he said they recycle them. Or the company sometimes wants them back to use them somewhere else. And I said, okay, I'd like to have one. I could use them. And the guy said, well, let me call, see if the customer wants it. He made the call, said you can have it. So what this is vinyl. This is a heavy-duty tarp, basically, that is weatherproof and UV proof, all kinds of stuff. Because who knows how long they hang up on billboards, but it's solid black on the back side. I loved it. And I'm thinking, okay, give me some contact cement and sewing machine, and I can make tarps to size, configurations that I want, however I want it. This one is, well, there's the, I guess that's what it is. and it's 14 feet by 48 feet. With what they sew under for pockets and how they install them, he says it's usually about a 15 foot by 50 foot piece of tarp. So that's plenty for me. It's heavy. I'm gonna let it sit out here in the sun for a little bit. It should be a little bit more pliable, so I can fold it up and roll it up until I get ready to cut it for what I need out here. But I thought I could also pretty much line, you know, I could line the whole back wall of the barn and part of one of the sides of it. So I was happy to get this. I'm glad I went up and asked him, because when I see him again, I'm gonna ask him if I can have another one. These things could have tons of uses. But these are going to become part of the shelters for the bushcraft base camp and my survival base camp. That's why I love a pickup. But thought I'd share this score with you. This is Joe out at St. Bernard Acres. I'm out.